Hey YouTube, it's me here. Finally done for the summer. Well, I got a couple weeks off before I start working, so I thought I'd make a couple of quick videos. Yeah, I know, we've seen these knives before. Almost done. This edge is ground, and it's ready to be shipped to be heat treated. I just need to finish the back cut on this, and it'll be shipped out. This one has been finished and has been waiting on that other one. But someone made a very generous contribution to my knife fund, my knife making fund. I was able to cut out 2 more knives, as well as pick up one of my older projects that I've been working on, and I still have 2 more knives drawn out in the works. This is I used to call it the saber tooth, and now I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but I blasted off the epoxy handle I put on for testing. And I'm going to make this indent right here a little bit bigger, make it more comfortable. And then I'm going to bring the grind on that blade all the way back to maybe the middle. But I'm real excited. This one won't be shipped out. I'll try and heat treat this one here myself. If anyone is really into cold steel, this looks very familiar. This is a, I guess, a Tano knife that I based after Cold Steel's Tanos. You could see the pommel starting to take shape, the handle, the blade's curved with a triangular point. Real excited to make this knife. If you compare it to my other foot-long knife, the blade is let's see, putting on base to base right there. They've got the same length, but the blade is about the cutting edge is about a ½ inch shorter. That was to make sure I could have a room to change up the holds, the different holds on it, and still use the bottom for striking. But I'm really happy with how I cut this blade. It came out wonderful. Not the cleanest job yet, but I'm getting there. This one was kind of a step backwards. I was designing it to be a spear point, but it came out more of a the front edge came out a little bit straighter than I was hoping. It's a real small knife. It's got kind of a boot heel handle to anchor it in your hand for cutting, but it's not really a big knife, so it really doesn't need that much of an anchor. But it's nice. I really like this. I'm actually going to be doing 2 more with this handle on that other piece of steel I showed you. I'll get to those in a sec. But this was I love the handle on this. The blade I'm not too thrilled about, but we'll see how it comes out. I'm not going to drop doing this knife because I think I could still finish it and it look good. Anyway, you can see the pencil sketch right there. It's the same as the other knife, it's just a ½ inch longer, and it's got a clip blade. And then this is the same handle but with a little stubby blade. Very people friendly. Anyway, it does take quite a while to work on these knives. I've put maybe I don't know, maybe 14 hours of work into this knife. Maybe about the same into this knife. I've only put an hour and a half into these 2. The reason it took me so long on these knives is I didn't have a angle head grinder when I first made these. Or I may have had one for this knife, but I know I did not have one for this knife. And it took outrageously long to cut them out with either a jigsaw or a Dremel or whatever I used back then. But now that I have the angle head grinder, I can stamp these knives out pretty quick. But if you're interested in making knives, I order all my stuff from Texas Knife Maker Supply. Just Google them. They also do heat treating for a pretty fair price, and that's where I get my stuff from. These are all out of these ones are all out of 440C. This is out of Crew 5 from Knife Makers USA, which is a forging steel. I don't know how well it's going to heat treat because it's a forging steel, but I will have to heat treat this myself. Also with Texas Knife Maker, they will cryo your blades for you. So not only will they be heat treated, but the cryo tempering is very desirable for a lot of custom knife makers and even production knife makers. They'll come out and say our knives are cryo. That's why you should buy our knives. Well, these guys will do it. Yeah, they're gonna charge you. It's a business, but most heat treating places don't cryo stuff. Anyway, this is a perfect example. 440C does rust a little bit. I've been keeping these by my fish tanks, so that's I guess it really doesn't surprise me. It'll sand right off, so I'm not really worried. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll be able to update these by the end of the summer or whenever I finish them.